Kimié Miner's here in the digital studio. We're talking story with her, and she's got a couple of shows that are coming up. As a matter of fact, Blue Note Hawaii is where you've got shows, but that's birthday. You're on the North Shore, actually, before that, right?
Yes. I guess, like they say, it's the birthday week or the birthday month. I'm going to have a bunch of shows, but yes, this on my actual birthday, July 3rd, I'll be at Turtle Bay with Paula Funga, Ellie Mack, Yoza, and DJ Big Wave Rider Keala Kenley. It's an all-female lineup. I'm super excited. It's actually on my birthday, and we actually did it for the community. We wanted to do something out there for the community. They have their annual fireworks, which finally is back after 2 years of not having anything. Mm-hmm. So we thought, why don't we make ticket prices really low and allow it to be all ages, like for the ohana, bring your blankets, come lay out, hang out. And the show runs from 3:30 to 8, and then the fireworks go at 8:15. We're going to have all of our favorite vendors there. So Kiana Hawaii Jewelry, I'm actually wearing her thing. These are people that I actually am fans of and love all of their stuff. We're going to have all of our favorite vendors there, Lotus and Lime. So, and many, many more, and food and entertainment and good vibes, which I think we all really need right now.
You have this tremendous smile when you talk about that. Has it been tough for you during this time? And how happy are you to be back with people sitting in front of you, having live audience?
Man, I mean, this will be my first one. I mean, I did Henry Kapono recently, and I got to do 2 songs, and it felt unreal at the Shell. That was amazing. But now it's my turn to kind of share everything I've been going through, all of my new songs, some of my other favorite songs that people love. But I'm happy. I'm not going to lie, it's been really tough trying to get my family back to the idea of me going back out there, because they got to have me all to themselves all these years, 2 years, I had my COVID baby and raised him he's almost 2 years old now. And so, yeah, it feels really good, but I know my family has to get adjusted back to that idea of, okay, mommy's back out there now, not all to ourselves.
You're also going to be at Blue Note Hawaii coming up as well.
Yes, and this show I'm really excited about because it's a curated show. I'm working in the studio right now with Imua Garza, and we're doing this sort of my new album, and so I have a couple new songs I'm going to be sharing, but it's more about identity and about I'm Hawaiian Portuguese, so I'm going to be sharing, I wrote some Mele Hawaii with Brad Watanabe from The Green. He's actually speaks fluent Olelo Hawaii, so we're going to be sharing some of those songs, new songs. Brad will also be there at the Blue Note with me, but it's a curated show, and I say that because I'm sort of diving into this island-to-island theme from Hawaii to the Azores, which is a volcanic island in Europe, in Portugal, 4,000 miles from mainland Portugal. So much like Hawaii is away from the U.S. mainland, same is true for the Azores, and I'm finding so many similarities. The ukulele is obviously from Portugal, and we incorporate that in Hawaii. So I'm excited to take people, kind of transport them on a journey from island to island.
Okay, have you already gone there and visited, or has this taken place?
Oh my gosh, I am going on July 13th.
So this will be the first time that you step on another portion of yourself.
Yes. And how interesting that is as a native Hawaiian who lives here on her native land, and to feel so connected to this Aina, but then to realize, wow, there's a part of me that belongs from somewhere else. And so to get to go home to my motherland and meet my family that lives there today is like, I don't know, the feeling that I feel is what they all speak about when they say you get to know yourself the more you dig into your ancestors and your roots, and that's really a true statement.
I guess that's part of what Aloha Aina is about. You find out about yourself, and you find out about the land that you come from.
Yeah, and to me, Aina is that which feeds, but it doesn't necessarily just mean what feeds your mouth and your body, but it's your spirit, it's your soul, it's everything that you are, it comes from the place. I believe that 100%. And that's really to me, the concept of Aloha Aina, right, is that give and take, and to know that you're connected in such a deep way, not just physical, but all the way, like 7 layers deep,
Okay, so you're going to do this. I'm imagining that there will be music that comes out of this as you go through that learning process.
I've just been on Ancestry.com and I found put 1,000 people on my tree, which is crazy. That's how crazy deep I am. So already seeing the pictures and stuff of my relatives, both on my Hawaiian side and my Portuguese side. I'm also like German, so the English and that side. But seeing it, I already started writing songs, and I have visuals of what I want my music videos to express. But I think things will get turned up a bit when I go to Portugal.
I have to compliment you on your papale. Talk about that for a couple of moments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this papale I bought at Mary Monarch like 5 years ago, and her name is Barbara. She's from Ka'u, and so it has the Ka'u weaving, you can see. And I wanted to represent my Aino because I'm from Kona, so I got this hat. And then this lehulu is actually my grandma's lehulu. So my dad's mom, who I never met, I only got 2 things given to me from her, from a relative of ours that got all of my grandma's stuff. She gave me 2 things. This lehulu, which I wear all the time, and then my grandma's ni'ihau shell leis. So I'm incorporating that into, I'm purposefully wearing my ancestors with me as I do things like this.
I want to turn to business for a couple of moments. In the process of the pandemic, you've had to shift. Plus, you have had to shift because of responsibilities with family. But you've managed to keep out how you work with independent artists, bringing women or girls forward. You know, you're doing that with both and lifting them up and bringing them forward, whether it's their talent or their business sense. How is that going?
Man, I'm just going to be real. It's really hard, and I'm still a mentee. I'm still learning so much about how to be a mom of 3 tiny kids who all still wear diapers and try to do what's in my soul. It's hard. But I did learn a few things along my 15-year journey in this industry, and I honestly opened a lot of the wrong doors. And once I found the right door, I wanted to leave it open for the next girl, especially a Hawaii island girl, because it's hard enough without any help, you know? So if I can leave the door open and help them, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm still going to do that as I continue to learn from other mentors who are opening doors for me and leaving it open. I want to do the same thing. And I mean, think about that. That's how we thrive, and that's how we are as a community, I think, in Hawaii. We always think about each other. That's how it should be. So, yeah, I'm continuing to do our mentorship work at Hākū Collective, and also my own kind of self-identity and growth and learning. Because if you're not learning, what are you doing? I don't know. I feel like that's part of life. You have to continue to always grow and get watered and then plant the seeds and get watered and plant the seeds. So I'm having a lot of fun, but it's hard. It is still hard for me. I'm still in the depths of motherhood. You know, I think once they're a little more independent, it'll be easier. And I can't do it alone. I have a full tribe of people, my family, that helps me a lot, you know, so I couldn't do it without. I could never do this by myself.
Talk about songwriting for a couple of moments. I'm imagining that during the pandemic, you did a bunch of, and it seems a lot of our Hawaii entertainers have done it, where they've suddenly built up a library. Before, it was like you had to hurry up and get 8 songs together, and then or 10, 12 songs, and you rush out and get an album, and then you got to pressure. Do you have now a bank, a library to dip into now?
I do, and I'm really on fire, so we're still writing. Collaboration is like a key pillar to me and to Hākū Collective. So, yeah, I've been writing kind of every single week with different writers. One guy, Chase, he's in Nashville, so we write on Zoom. And then I have guys I live in an artist building. I have songwriters that live across the building from me, so we write every week. But it's really been, you know, it's scientifically proven that music is therapy, that it actually helps you move through your feelings and move through things, which is why so many people, that's why music is the universal language, I think, because you can find the song or the melody that speaks to you and helps you move through things, whether it's joy or sadness. So for me, I went through joy and sadness. We had a tragedy in our family during the pandemic. We had a lot of everyone experienced loss and sadness and kind of isolation in some ways. And so these songs are really to break us out and to remind us the light that's still here with us, inside of us. My newest single that's coming out next week, and it was I performed it live on Artist Den, which was an amazing film, and I'm so grateful I did that. But that song speaks about the light, and the main line that I love to think about is, you don't have to hide the real you that's inside. You can let your light glow so we can catch a tan. And when other people shine, it actually helps us to shine as well and to catch a tan, you know. So that's my new song coming out, and it has a bossa nova Portuguese island vibe and Kalapana vibes. You know, I have a flautist playing this is a real guy playing. His name is Rocky. So it's just exploring everything, celebrating, coming out of, you know, what we've been in and finding our light and catching a tan on each other's light.
Okay. I want to ask you this, and maybe you've answered it already with what you just said. Every time that I've talked to you, it seems that there's been an evolution of your life that has shifted, or perhaps it's accompanied you on your continuing journey. Where is Kimié Miner right now, here and here?
Yeah. Something I've realized is that joy comes from gratitude. Joy is from gratitude. So, you know, if we don't look, we all have been through challenges, but if we don't see that challenge as a way to be grateful for that so that we could come out of it, then it's always going to keep us down. So right now I'm in that kind of step up, step out, step forward into the light instead of trying to step back and hide away. And I think the most important thing is connection to Aina, connection to each other. Like, those are the things that are going to get us through these times and really help us to take a deep breath. Like, literally getting here, Billy, was crazy this morning. My kids were having meltdowns and breakdowns, and I kind of had to just stop for a minute and just be like, okay, like, just gonna let it all happen around me and then take it in and be grateful that I have them and grateful that I can get in my car and come and speak to you. You know, these are challenges, but there's something to be grateful. Find that light in the moment. And that's where I'm at, like, day by day, just trying to find the light, being grateful so that I can move forward and out. It's like divine timing. It's like the universe knows I'm trying to figure out who I am right now, because all of the opportunities being presented seem to kind of point me more and more down that path. So Artist Den is a international music platform where they showcase various musics. And the beautiful thing about them is they're place-based. So they want to feature an artist in a place that means something to them. So they asked me they're doing a Hawaii edition, and they have different artists every week. It's actually quite amazing and beautiful. They worked with government agencies too, to bring it to life and to make sure that Hawaii was honored culturally in the correct way as well. So I went to my alma mater, Kamehameha Schools. I was a boarder at Kapalama campus and a graduate there. And that was it. I mean, I was a little like 8th grader going into 9th grade, moved there. But my name means the independent one, Kimie, in Japanese. So it was great to be there and to explore. That's where my music career really started. And I started really writing and playing my dad's guitar. I taught myself how to play in my dorm room on the floor. So being back there, we did a walkthrough on the campus and a interview and the questions they asked and everything. It really was I don't even know what the word is, but it was a moment to really be reminded of who I was and how far I've come. So it was really beautiful to be there and to be so grateful and to understand fully now that I'm this much older that, man, Pauahi had the vision, and she really gave a lot to the Napua o Hawaii, right? The children of Hawaii, whether you went to that school or just benefited from her trust in some way. So it was amazing. We sang in the chapel. So I did a walkthrough. I got to go to my dorm, check out all my old things. Then we sang in the chapel. Imua Garza, my classmate from high school, he was 1 year older, but we jammed and we played music together since high school and wrote songs. So to be back there with him, like, I don't know, all these years later, it was, and had Pauahi over my shoulder as I'm singing in Olelo, Hawaii, and he's on the piano, the chapel's piano. And it was a magical moment, lots of chicken skin moments there. Yeah, it was one I'll never forget. And I think it was divine timing that we did it now as I go through this journey of identity and who I am. That was a big part of it for me. Kamehameha Schools, Border, the starting of my career was there.